Hello everybody, Paper Hero here with a quick tutorial where I'm going to show you how we're going to convert a color map like this one you see before you into a normal map. Now, I got into this really lengthy discussion the other day with another 3D artist who insisted that the superior way to convert a color map like this, if you don't have the original, map data for whatever, just a picture, the superior way to do it is to convert it to a height map, black and white image, go into ZBrush, use that as a displacement map, and then map that out, and bake it again in X normal and blah, 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 blah. And I agreed with them. I mean, that it did produce superior textures, but it was really redundant. Now, his argument was the normal maps with the one-click filters that you get from XNormal or NVIDIA are really, dumbed down and they don't look as good. And that is totally true. So I'm going to show you what that looks like real quick. We're just going to hit Control-J on the background, and I'm just going to use this wood tileable texture today. The link is in the description, although you can use any texture you want for this tutorial. So once you install XNormal, you should have, if you check the options for the Photoshop plugins, you should have under Filter this XNormal filters here. So we're just going to go ahead and see what it does. XNormal, height to normals, continue. Bada boom, bada bing. One click, you have a normal map for that diffuse texture you have. Only problem is, this is a really shallow normal map. It has the same detail, but it's kind of not very good at all, which is where his method comes in handy. If you export it to another normal map, you can get a better control over your textures, but that's a very long process to me and I didn't like it. So I'm going to show you a quick tip on how to get a good normal map with these one-click filters. So we're just going to click on layer 1 we have, delete that again, and Control J, oops, don't open your preferences, Control J to duplicate your background layer. And then we're going to hide our background layer just for, this is what we do. And then we're going to go to Image, Adjustments, Desaturate. That's going to turn it into a black and white image. Then we're going to go back to Image, Adjustments, then Levels, or Control L if you like shortcuts. And then here we're just going to grab our black little indicator here, drag it to the right, take our white little arrow, drag it to the left, and this is kind of add a contrast. We'll take our middle arrow here, drag it more towards the white, to about right there. That's good. Then we're gonna click OK. Then we're just gonna call this height map, and Control J to duplicate that layer. Rename the copied layer into Normals 1. Now we're gonna duplicate Normals 1. And call that one Normals 2. And then one more time, duplicate Normals 2, call it Normals 3. So now we have 4 maps that look exactly the same. The height map is just going to be the black and white that is going to stay. So we're just going to unclick the eye because these 3 are the ones we're going to be blending together. Okay, so for Normals 2, we're just going to go to Filter at the top, Blur, Gaussian Blur. Now we're going to bring this down to about 2 pixels, a radius of 2 pixels. Alright, so if we unclick the eyes for the third, we can see there that we have our blurred map. Alright, so go to Normals 3, Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. And we're going to crank this all the way up to, let's say, 4.7. There we go. So we have a little cascading area of blue. So we're going to go down to Normals 1 and Filter. And then we're going to go to our XNormal tools, height to normal. Keep your default settings, just hit continue. Normals 2, Filter. Go down to XNormal, height to normals, click continue. And then the same thing here. You could also just click this little top bar right there on Filter. Alright, so now here's where the magic happens. We're going to go to make sure Normals 3 is selected as your layer. Click on your blending mode right here. And we're going to set it to overlay. And then same with Normals 2. Set that to overlay. Then now you can see we have a much better defined normal map than we did with just, you know, converting our height map. So we're gonna bring our height map back up. Just height to normals, just to compare it. So we can compare, see how it gets much deeper, much more detailed. But I'm not satisfied with how detailed this is, and to get it even more, push the detail even further, it's really simple to do. We're just gonna take normals 2, hit Control J, I'm gonna copy of it, normals 3, hit Control J again. And there we go, it's even more detailed than it was before. And you could keep hitting Control J, in theory, like indefinitely, and you can see how it gets more and more detailed right in front of your eyes. Alright, so there you have it. That's my quick and easy way to get really good defined normal maps with using the one-click filters instead of doing it the long way. Now this doesn't produce, you know, perfect normal maps like other methods would, but it does a really, really good job, especially for terrain type textures and what have you. Now let's say in your whatever 3D program, whether it be Unreal or 3ds Max or whatever you choose to put this normal map in, if it, you know, these cracks are jetting up instead of down, that is a really simple fix. You're just going to want to go to channels, your green channel, image, adjustments, invert. So when you invert the green channel, it's going to invert the way the cracks are jutting out at towards the screen. Alrighty, so that's it for my quick tip, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave a, you know, a comment. Alright, and don't forget to subscribe. Alright, have a nice day.